for us to broadcast everything online? Okay, that's fine. We're online.
Yeah. So, very good evening, everybody. And this is a kind of a repetitive class, but I feel it is important when it comes to aspects of knowing yourself. It is also equally important to be in the moment, to be in the now, because most of us either live in the past or in the future. If you can notice this across, you would understand that we either start thinking about like what has happened and what is going to be happening the next moment, what has happened the last moment. So I mean there is a lot of we always live either in the past or in the future. We don't live in the present. Many studies have proven that because we don't live in the present, we either live in the past or in the future. There are many mental health issues that keep coming in. So if you have to really know yourself better, most important aspect of knowing yourself better is to check out if you are living in the present or you are just dwelling in the past or in the future. So I thought today's class, I think some of you would have attended last time, but despite that, I thought I'm just going to reinforce it, reiterate it, because this class is definitely useful for all of us, in fact, even for me too, to really know ourselves and to really lead a stress-free, anxiety-free life. So this is, I mean, there are two psychologists like at Harvard University who have done a research wherein they have stated that almost 50% of the time, 50% of the waking up time, the mind is always thinking about other things that makes a person unhappy. When I say unhappy, it could be an event that has happened a previous moment wherein I was hurt for something, or a moment that has happened, or a sad event that has happened half an hour back, or a sad event that has happened a few days back, or it could be what would happen to my future, an anxiety. So most of the times they have said that the studies have proven that the mind keeps dwindling around on the sad events or on the unhappy moments 50% of your waking up time. Only 50% of the time you are in the present. And we don't consciously realize that. We don't really consciously realize that. So this is something that we need to understand. So today's class we would be talking about we would talking various aspects about how to be in the present, and how do we recognize that we are living in the past or in the future, and how do we pull ourselves back and bring ourselves to the present situation. So this is exactly what the class is going to be. So, this is a term that is actually used in the positive psychology or in general psychology as well. It is called mindful. So this particular slide talks about, is your mind full of all negative things, or are you really mindful about what is happening to you? What is happening to you? So let us now try to understand the word now, or the word mindfulness. If you notice, most of the times we are, as I told you, we are either in the past or in the future. We are not in the present. What am I doing now at this point of time? What am I doing now? And what we fail to realize is like, these conversations of the mind, conversations of the mind are so much to the various time zones, and we don't really focus on what is happening. So when I say mindfulness or now, when I say now means a kind of listening to yourself at this point of time. Now is paying attention in a particular way, non-judgmentally and unbiased. Unbiased and non-judgmental. For example, let us say that I have been hurt by somebody few days back. Whenever I am sitting silent, I'm thinking about it. This hurt is actually on me all the time. This hurt is troubling me all the time, right? When I think about this, I feel bad. I time and again, I'm bringing back that situation into my mind, thinking that somebody has hurt me, somebody has done something wrong with me, somebody did not behave appropriate with me, somebody has really troubled me in a certain way. So I start thinking about it. When I start thinking about it, I start feeling bad. There is a stress that is created in the body. The cortisols, the hormones, the stress hormones are released in the blood. When the cortisols are released in the blood, I feel panicky, I feel restless, I feel bad about everything. So 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 this is exactly what is happening to your mind that has an impact on the body. I don't feel happy, I don't feel pleasant, I don't feel good, I don't feel warm, I don't feel that. So this is troubling me, this is troubling me. Or second case could be that I need to make a presentation to my clients. I need to make a presentation to my client. I have prepared well. I'm so good at it. But despite that, I'm not very comfortable. I'm not very comfortable. I think if I fail, what will happen? I think if I'm not able to convince, what will happen? I think if I'm not able to get this project into my kitty, what would happen to me? So there are various aspects of thinking about the future, though you know pretty well the chances of failure and the chances of success are equal. They are both 50%, 50%. Despite knowing that, still you are not very sure how the things are going to work. So this particular mindfulness, when I say mindfulness, you're only thinking about yourself now, non-judgmentally. When I say non-judgmentally, let me give you a reference. I feel bad. Let me accept I'm feeling bad. This is an emotion. I'm feeling bad. Okay, I'm not thinking too much about he should not have done this to me, or she should not have done this to me, or that should not have happened to me. I'm so good. Don't think about all this. If you're feeling bad, yes, that is the situation. The whole problem does not come only when you validate an emotion. The whole problem comes when you really think about what are all the things that are around that emotion. I'm feeling bad because of A, B, C, D, E, F. When you think about only I am bad, it will not, I'm feeling bad, it will not impact you so much. But when you start thinking about I'm feeling bad because of so and so, so and so, so and so, so and so, that impacts you so much. So when I say mindfulness is something that has got to do with wherein you are paying attention in a particular way, validating your emotions, accepting your emotions, only accepting that you have an emotion now. You are not thinking about anything else. You are not thinking about I am hurt, I am hurt. That's it. I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling bad. I'm not thinking anything beyond that. I'm not thinking anything beyond that. So when I say mindfulness is this. What are the benefits of mindfulness? When you are practicing mindfulness in your day-to-day situation, no matter what the turbulence is, because if you can just see this picture, this represents your mind, where there are so many thoughts that are moving as waves. There are so many thoughts that are moving in as turbulence. There is so much of disturbance. You are disturbed. You are not at peace. You are not at peace. But when you practice mindfulness, when you are living in the present, in the now, in the moment of now, you will understand, no matter what the turbulence is, still you can definitely be a better person. You can still stay calm, you can stay composed, you can stay good, you can stay balanced, you can have an emotional control. This is all about the mindfulness. Now I go to my next slide. So how does mindfulness help? Let's think about this. Whatever experience you have in your mind, that will show an impact on that body. And when you are avoiding that, let us say I am feeling bad, I don't want to feel bad. When I say I don't want to feel bad, then your body starts responding in a different way, because there is something that is in the mind which you don't like, but that is happening to you, that is creating a stress in you, and you are not able to accept that experience. Because you are not able to accept that experience, you are not grounded, you are losing out your emotional control, you are losing your emotional control. But wherein in mindfulness, when you start accepting that I am bad, yes I am bad, I am bad, yes I am bad, that's okay, I am bad, when you start accepting that without denying that, you will feel more grounded. When I say you will feel more grounded, you will know that yes, these things are all normal, it will happen to anybody, that has happened to you also. Okay, you are also a human being along with other human beings, so you are a part and parcel of the existence on this planet earth, so it will happen to you, it can happen to anybody. So your body and your mind are associated, they are associated with the strength that this is happening to you and that can happen to you, that is okay. Usually the stress, anxiety, they all occur because your mind and body are dissociated. You start thinking bad about yourself, you think why it has happened to you, you are very obsessed with the thinking that why did she do this to me, why did he do this to me. You know, you are obsessed with the thinking, or your judgment, and I never knew he was that, I never knew she was that, and why did they do this to me, you know, why did they behave with me like that. Or you are distracted, you know, you're not able to focus on your work, you have an important assignment to do, you have an important task to do, but because you are not able to be mindful, your both the body and the mind are dissociated, and there is lot of distraction, and you are not able to move forward in your thought process, you are not able to move forward in your thinking process, and that is stopping you from working. Or you want to just speed up, finish up, and then complete the work, you're angry, and then you want to finish and then finish off. So these are all symptoms of dissociation, when your body and the mind are dissociated. These are all the general symptoms what you can notice. By being mindful, you can come out of this dissociative symptoms, and then you can start feeling better. You start feeling better. When you start feeling better, you would be in a position to work better, you would be in a position to reach your targets better, you would be in a position to do this better. So this is something that why I thought I should be talking about mindfulness today. So body and mind dissociation should be stopped, because when I start hovering over my past, or when I start getting anxious about the future, I will not be in a position to do that. I should now think about now. This now will help me more grounded, this now will help me to be associated with myself, this now will help me move forward in life. So this is how the mindfulness is going to help you now. So how do you reconnect by being mindful? This is the next question that you can think of. Let us say you are feeling sad. As I told you, when you are connected to that emotion, when you accept that emotion, when you are grounded with that emotion, then you are the impact what that emotion can cause on you becomes minimal. It becomes minimal. It becomes definitely minimal. So just pause when you are overwhelmed with emotions. When you are overwhelmed with emotions, you need to understand. Just pause. Just pause. You're thinking too much beyond. Rather than thinking why this to me, why it has happened to me, rather than think that probably this experience is gonna help you some way. Probably you were with the wrong situation, and the nature is helping you to really come back, and then it is making you feel, it is making you, giving you strength, it is giving you optimism to, and reminding you that you have a better job to do than thinking about that. You have a better job to do than thinking about that. Probably rather than thinking why this to me, when you start changing your thought process to this has happened to me because I need to do something big, and whatever I am in right now will not help me to grow better, to do better. When you start thinking on those lines, then you start feeling better about yourself. In this situation, you agree you are sad, you agree there is something happened to you, but that makes you feel better. It doesn't make you feel sad anymore. It doesn't make you feel sad anymore. So this is exactly how you have to be mindful, how you need to be mindful. Whenever you are in a bad situation, a sad situation, think of how this situation is advantageous to you, and how this situation, you are feeling bad, but is this bad thing going to help you somewhere? Is this bad thing going to make you a better person? Is this bad thing going to make you feel and act better rather than reacting? Because when you react, there is stress. When you react, there is stress. When you respond, there is no stress. You have a way to move forward in life, a way to move forward in life. And the second way you can really, one is the thought process, how you change the thought process, how you learn, how you understand how this experience is going to make you a better person in life, how this experience is going to make you a better person in life. And the second one, body scan. Just close your eyes and just see which areas of your body you feel that pain, you feel that emotion, you feel that pain, you feel that pain. The moment you realize, the moment you know which part of the body is giving you that stress, because there are certainly certain parts of the body, like let us say somebody gets headache when there is so much stress, somebody feels the tummy is like butterflies in the stomach, there is anxiety, there is butterflies in the stomach, or sometimes you feel that your whole body is feeling weak and feverish, sometimes you feel that you're so restless, you do not know what to do. So there are various body parts that are associated whenever you are under stress, whenever you are under anxiety. So when you identify which of the body part is under stress, then you can make more attempts to relax that body. You can make attempts to relax that body. Let us say you have a headache, just go have a warm bath with some aroma oils, and then listen to some good music, and just go out with friends, relax, and then come back. Relax and then come back, rather than thinking that how do you really divert that attention. Or you feel there are butterflies in the stomach, eat some foods that are not rich in oil, or eat some foods that are so good to your tummy, that can bring back that feeling of that sensation. Or eat your favorite food that can give you a sense of satisfaction, and remove that butterfly feeling in the stomach. So think about this. So knowing which part of your body is really troubling you in the process, or which part of the body is feeling more stress in the process, try to identify that, and do certain things which can make you feel better, that is how you reconnect with your body. When you reconnect with the mind, and reconnect the body and the mind, they're associated. By being mindful, you will be in a position to pull yourself back, and you will learn how to live in the present situation, right? And then my next slide talks about, you might ask me a question, like I'm sitting here, there are thoughts that are coming to me, and I'm not able to quiet that thoughts. The thoughts are disturbing me, the thoughts are troubling me, the thoughts are really taking me nowhere. So how do I really control? I'm feeling guilty because I'm getting these thoughts. Despite knowing that I should be mindful, I'm still getting these thoughts. So what do I do now? You might get this question. So just think about it. Let the thoughts come. Your job is not to stop the thoughts. That is not your goals. Your job is to accept the thoughts. Your job is to say that the thoughts are coming, so be it. Let it be. Let the thoughts come. That's okay. Don't force, push, deny the thoughts. The thoughts are there. Let the thoughts come. You say, yes, I'm sad. Yes, I'm sad. Yes, I'm sad now. I'm sad at this moment. Start using such words. I'm not sad. When I say I'm sad, I'm equating sadness to a person. So sadness becomes me. I'm not equating sadness to a person. I am feeling sad now. Try to talk to yourself. I am getting these thoughts now, because these thoughts will vanish after some point of time. That is only troubling you now. That is the power of now. Because both the happiness and sadness will never stay with the mind forever. Both the happiness and sadness are short lived. They stay for a very, very short time. Let us not forget that. If we cannot forget a bad thing that has happened, I'm telling you, all of us would be in depression, and nobody would be living, because many deaths happen in the family. and we are all in a phase of trauma at some point of time, but we've overcome that because short memory is a blessing to the whole humanity. Short memory is a blessing to the whole humanity. Let us not forget that. And that is an advantage we need to take up here. That is an advantage we need to take up here. So, point number one, you don't stop your thoughts. You are not stopping your thoughts. Rather, the, the thoughts come and you are accepting the thoughts. You say, yes, I am feeling sad now, but you are going to rechange. I am sad, my life is like that. You don't have an opportunity to grow. Rather than that, think that this is for a moment. I'm feeling sad, maybe I'll become better. I'll become better soon. Start telling yourself, because I am sad is not right word. I am sad now at this moment. That is the right word. Allow your thoughts, feel that experience, feel those emotions, accept those emotions, and think those thoughts are only for a short time. They are not forever. They are not for it. So once the thoughts come, you will start again making judgments. Why is my life like this? I am like this. My life is like this. They are like that. They are behaving like that. They are doing this. She is doing that. He is doing that. We start becoming judgmental on the whole situation. We become judgmental on the whole situation rather than becoming judgmental on the situation. The best way, allow the thoughts to come, accept the thoughts, let the thoughts come. That's okay. Accept the thoughts, validate that emotion, that you are in that emotion at this point of time, and you are not in that emotion forever. And then now again, let the thoughts go, let them come back again. So by doing so, you would be grounding your thoughts, you would be grounding your body, and you will be associating your body and the mind. When the body and the mind are associated, you will not feel that stress. You will not feel that anxiety, because you already accepted to the situation. So this is something that you need to know to really be present in the time zone of now. When I say now, at this moment, not in the past nor in the future. You will be in a position to focus better. You will be in a position to feel better, because it is the right of every human being to feel better about themselves. They need to feel better about themselves, and that's important. When you start living in the past or in the future with anxiety or with the stress, you cannot live better. So the best way to live better is to know that, be in the now, accept your emotions, validate your emotions. Your emotions are real, accept them, and also think these problems are only now. They are not with you forever. They are not with you. So you need to just change your mind, change your thought process, which is very, very important. So what are the various attitudes that you need to have to develop the mindfulness? One is non-judgmental. Don't think my life is only this. I am always bad. I am always sad. Why people are doing this to me? And why are they like this to me? And what did I do wrong? I have been such a good person. Don't be judgmental. First, don't be judgmental. It has happened. It is a situation that has happened. That's it. Whether you want to forget it or forgive it or move on with it, that is all your choice. That's all your choice, because it's very much your choice and your life, how you want to do the things. Second one is having patience. Because don't think because now the situation is bad, it is going to be bad forever. It will not be like that. And you can think in your own life how many times you have failed in a certain aspect, but after some time you have forgotten about it and succeeded again. How many times in your life you have done that? When you start thinking about it, you know even this situation is not forever. This situation is also for a short time. There is an acceptance, because your own experience tells you like what you are. And then have trust, because faith and trust are two important aspects of existence. If I don't trust, if I don't have faith that things are going to be better, there is no point I can survive. There is no point I can be treated. So have trust and think like you are a beginner. Don't think with your experienced, wiser mind. You might have a lot of experience in your life, but don't think like an experience, because most of the experiences, the mind only thinks that something has gone wrong. Think like you are a fresher. It has gone wrong now, but I think I am going to be better. So how a child thinks about when the thing comes into his schedule. So think about like a child. Think about you are a beginner. and then and then and non-striving, and don't sit on a thing for a long time, don't worry so much about it. Acceptance. Accept whatever is happening to you, because most of the fight in the mind happens because of non-acceptance. Something has gone wrong to me. I'm not, why this to me, what did I do, how much I have done, and why did I do this, and why this has happened to me. Non-acceptance creates lot of chaos, lot of turbulence in the mind. Accept the situation, accept the situation, and let go. Let go. If a situation goes away from you, so be it. If it's, because maybe it is meant for something good, you never know that. Maybe you've been hanging out with something which is not good for you all this time, and maybe it is time that you start rethinking about it, you start re-looking about it, you start rediscovering about it, discovering about it. I think it is a nature's way of telling you that the way you have to move on. So letting go is another aspect that you can definitely, an attitude that you have to build. And um, and then um, and then and then when your heart is palpitating, the non-dominant hand, let us say you are a right hander, use your left hand and put it on the space that is actually troubling you, and feel those palpitations, feel those that beats, feels, and you see how it is doing. So think about that part, that is the way you are focusing your attention from an unnecessary thinking, and focus on your senses. Just close your eyes and see how the breathing is happening. Just close how you are feeling inside your body. Just close and feel your body, feel your senses, feel the parts of the body. Or you can also focus on the breaths. So and you can take a deep breath inside, hold on for some time, and then take a long breath. While you're taking an in breath, think that all the positive things are entering you. While you're taking an exhalation and an outer breath, think that all the negative things in your mind are just going away, making you feel quite happy, because this is the way you're training yourself, this is the way you are making yourself better, this is the way you are thinking things are going to be good for you, things are going to be good for you, things are going to be good for you. So this is something that I want you all to do. That next is like, so this is my almost last slide. Because most of us, we survive but we are not really living. So let us start living today. From now on, let us start living, because life has so much beautiful things to offer. If there is, you are failing somewhere, that's okay, that's okay, because life has something. Life's platter, life's plate is much 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 bigger. The portion what you have taken is so small. If the portion is rotten, so be it. You have a huge plate ahead of you to do, to experiment, to experience, because life is a very beautiful thing to experience. And let's not spend our lives thinking about why it has happened to us, or why it has happened to us, right? And the next slide I talk about, so enjoy where you are now. You are right where you are supposed to be. We are all guilty because we think that should not have happened to me, or why it has happened to me, or I should have been there, or I should have done that. So we are all guilty. When we start thinking about that, there is a guilty that comes into, and this is unnecessarily making you live in the past or in the future, and that is causing you a lot of stress or anxiety. Stay now, stay here, stay present. Love yourself as what you are. Love yourself as what you are. Pat your back and say, yes, this is a situation that has come to me, but I'm able to handle it. I'm able to handle it so well. I'm able to handle it really, really well. Think about it. Think about it. And then, and then stay engaged in the now. I think with this, I close my session. So this is all about being in the present moment, being in the now, and being in the now, because we all have a right to lead a beautiful, precious life. And let us not think so much about what has happened in the past, what has happened in the future, and then let us not really trouble ourselves, because past and future will make us feel sick. Let me tell you, it will make us feel so sick, and let us never do that. Let us never do that. Let us realize the importance of being in the now, because this is something that not many people realize. So let us realize the importance of being in the now, and then let us lead a better life. I think with this I stop my session. I'd like to take the questions.
Yes, Dr. Kavitha, this is just amazing. It is helping, and it will help, I'm sure, millions of people to understand their situation. and to understand that we are all in fact stuck in the in a certain consciousness where we are stuck in our past and dreaming, lost between our past and future, never living our real present.
Yeah.
This is very good advices that you are giving. But Dr.
Thank you.
Namita, it's not really easy to realize that, when you are, for example, you are hurt by someone and you are saying, why it happened to me, why he did that to me, why she did that to me, and all that, and how really to get out from this, let's say, mental slavery, when it's coming all the time to remind you, yes, he has done that to you, or yes, she has done that to you. How to get out from that.
Yeah, thank you, sister. This is a real time problem. But the whole idea here is like we have been feeling bad about so many things, not consciously, because we are hardwired to feel bad. This is a practice. Mindfulness is a practice. It is a practice. When the things come to you, you think about. I think I can give a couple of things that we can definitely think about. One is like, let us write a series of pluses and minus very honestly without being judgmental. Like, okay, I'm in this situation, my heart is broke. Okay, by breaking the heart, like, are there any advantages I see in the situation? When I say advantages, advantages could be like, am I ready to re-break my heart again? Or it's broken and I'm feeling bad and I think I'm ready to now come out of it. I'm ready to come out of it. It is as good as your leg is broken. The surgery gives you pain. But if you say the surgery gives me pain, so I don't want to go undergo the surgery, that will be a lifetime. That will be a lifetime problem for you. The pain is with you for the lifetime. So the pain is short, the pain is now. But can this pain lead me to a better thing? Because I strongly believe that, and even if we note that most of us have come undergone the situation many a times in our lives. It is not now. It could be as simple as like, when I was a kid, my dad wanted a good toy, from my parents, and my parents have not given me the toy. I feel so bad about it. I feel really, really bad about it. But after a few days, I've forgotten about it. Now, when I think about it, it is fun. Now, when I think about it, it is fun. I think it is all the time that really plays an important role here. It is not that whatever bad we unfortunately think, the bad experience we have faced in life or we are facing in life now is for the first time. But let us not forget, we have already succeeded many a times in overcoming this. We have already succeeded many a times in overcoming this, and we have also learned a bad experience. What we are undergoing now has definitely led to a better result in some way. Either it has given us a learning that what we are not supposed to do, or whether it has given us a caution, what is that we need to think when we are doing something. Maybe it has cautioned us, maybe it has taught us a lesson, that what are the things that we are not supposed to accept. Or probably it has made us, it has diverted us to a different route. Probably we are here today because of that new route, new pathway. We are here today because of that new pathway, because we have been stuck in that old pathway for such a long time, such a long time, that we never realized that this new pathway, like what we have, what we are now, was possible because we have come out of the old pathway. So I think each bad experience, what we have right now, definitely when we sit, certain things might not tell you the future right away. It might not give you a future right away, but trust me, Queen Nadia, everything that happens to you in your life has a reason. I mean, is it because you are just still hanging on with the same style of approach? That maybe because you are so capable of adopting new approaches which you are not trying, because you are so struck, so saturated with the old approach. Could be that. Never know that. And I think that is the reason why I said patience is very important. Patience is very, very important, because any pathway can lead to a beautiful event, maybe to a better purpose in life. And I can also give you a very classic example. Let us say I'm working in an organization for almost 7 8 years, and because of some reason I'm forced to quit the organization. While leaving the organization, the pain what I undergo to leave the organization, that is so tremendous that I feel, oh my God, why did I take, I mean, did I take a right decision? Would I get the same love? Would I get the same warmth? Would I get the same team spirit? Would I get the same thing in the next organization? These are all the various questions that keep troubling us. But what we fail to understand, maybe the next organization makes you a much more better leader and much more a better person. You never know. You never know unless until you experiment, unless until you try. That is one thing. And the second most important thing, what I want people to understand, what is that this particular aspect that has given me sadness, that has given me some kind of bad situation to me, how much has it benefited me in my life? When I say benefit, I have to look it into all the angles, physically, emotionally, psychologically, financially, and how much of self-esteem and sense of worth has it given to me. That is very important. How much of it has given? Because am I hanging around with something that has not been giving so much, but still I'm hanging out because I think it is gonna do something good to me in the future. I think these are all the areas when we start sitting, writing, making a note of what are the various things that is gonna happen. I think we come out with conclusions that whatever is happening right now, whatever is happening right now, maybe it is meant for a better destination, a better future. Am I clear, Sister Nadia?
Yes, I agree with you, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sister, I will tell you. When I was young, it was funny because when I was young and when something hurt me or anything, the first thing that I was doing, and it was
Yeah,
very strange, and it was helping me.
yeah.
It was, it was, it was going to make shopping. I was
Oh,
buying and buying and buying and buying everything. I was buying makeup, clothes, shoes. I was buying a lot of shoes. And one day I realized that I had more than 300 shoes
oh.
that I was not even wearing. And my parents were telling me, "Are you crazy?" I said, "No, I am fine. Now I feel better now." But
Yeah,
with time, then I become very spiritual. Today, my vision, in fact, of all that, and
yeah,
I am beyond all that. It's like I am taking every trials and every challenges like a blessing in my life, because
absolutely,
I
absolutely.
know
Yeah,
that after that there's a biggest thing that will happen to me, or God is, or this energy is trying to redirect me to another something else, to
yeah,
make me change direction for a reason. Yes, Dr. Namita, I believe that. And see, even if you want to find and feel the biggest joy in your life, sometimes before to feel this joy, and you have to go through some sorrows, some pain, all that. The most
absolutely,
important,
absolutely.
I believe that you don't need to give too much power to this pain to remain with you. You have just to overcome. And this is what I am doing in my life now, in my actual life, where everything is, that's cool. I am fine. I am going. My life, I have a great destiny, and I have the destiny that I won't be disturbed by anything, any trouble. You can say you can say whatever you want to say about me. You can do whatever you want to do to me. You won't never have the power to break me down, because I know
Absolutely,
who I am and I have
absolutely.
reached a certain level. And it was funny, this young girl buying everything when I was gone. Yeah, I'm not doing the same, but
Okay.
I don't know if the others want to ask any questions about that. But
Yeah. Any more questions?
yeah, Dr. Kavitha, so imagine that someone, it's very difficult for him and he's entering in a very big depression because of XY reason in his life, XY problem in his life. and they are entering in a depression. So to tell them, okay, don't judge, don't do that, write your, you have the acceptance and all that. But because it is very difficult, is there any other method that we can use to help these kind of people who are just sometimes are down and are in a big depression?
I think when somebody is in a depression
Because the
first.
mind is very powerful,
Absolutely, absolutely.
very difficult to fight the mind.
Yeah, if the depression is mild, I think with a little counseling and with a little love and support from the people, with little diversions onto the positive things, still it is possible. But if the depression is like if it is little severe, it is little high. I think definitely a psychiatric help is definitely required, and the medications are definitely required, because the mind is so restless. The mind is so restless, and then it's not easy to convince through words. I think the first thing we need to understand is like what kind of depression the person is undergoing. Maybe we can just see that, and probably if taken to any professional, they would be in a position to identify the status of depression in the person. Once it is identified, if it is a mild one, I think it can still go away with some kind of therapeutic classes, with some kind of psychotherapeutic classes, or with some kind of counseling sessions, and involving the family members, family whole unit as a counseling unit. Still that can be taken. But if it is moderate and beyond, like, I think that is an area where it has to go ahead with the medication, and the person has to be taken to a psychiatrist or professional help, and the medication has to be given. And what I always feel is because I think the most important aspect is like daily to talk to the children, especially with the family units. I always insist that let them talk to the family, let them talk to the children, let them talk to them to understand their mindset on a day-to-day basis, because most of the times parents are so busy in their work, so busy, and even when as friends, when we are so busy only discussing certain things, and we don't really bother to think so much about what to do and all this, we don't even realize that there is a problem, there is a change in the person. We think, because we don't know the normal behavior of the person, we don't realize the changed behavior of the person. When we don't realize the changed behavior of the person, then I left like that, the depression goes to a stage where the medication has to be given. But day on and day in, if we notice what is the normal behavior of a person, and get to normal behavior of children on a day-to-day basis, if we are understanding that, then we know that if there is a problem, we would be in a position to identify that then and there. We would be in a position to know, and we should have a very honest, open discussion to know, because it just started, so it becomes easy, and this particular bad situation will not lead to a depressive state. And I think it's all got to do with how much you are observing, how much you are really looking into the child, and how much you know about your friend, and how much you know what the normal behavior is. Because the way we identify depression, if these symptoms are there for more than 2 weeks, then a person is in depression. That is as simple as that. Let us say a person, a very socializing person, is all to himself or herself, trying to be in a room isolated for a long time. Or the person who's very bubbly, energetic, nice person, suddenly has become so moody. And third could be a person who has not been eating, has now started eating so much. Or a person who has been eating so much, now is not showing interest towards eating. It could be that. The fourth thing could be, even with the best friends, the person which otherwise used to spend lot of time is not interested in spending time. And the most interested, a fifth thing could be the most interested activities of the person, which a person would never fail to miss that, now is started missing that. If these symptoms are there with the person for more than 2 weeks, for more than 15 days, then we can think probably the person is in some state of depression, and we need to take them, we need to definitely seek the professional help there.
Thank you so much, Dr. Namita. Thank you so much. In around me, I have seen different things. Yes, you are right. But sometimes and it was touching me personally because it was one of the member of the family. And we would never imagine that this person was in depression, because she had everything in her life. She was healthy, wealthy, beautiful, everything in her life. And suddenly she went through, she started to live some depression, started to see her life, started to, when she started by some strange things that I never understood, that she started to look at herself all the time in the mirror. And more she was looking herself in the mirror day and night, she was looking this mirror and her image was changing in the mirror. So she was looking at herself in the mirror, that she was bald, she had no hair, and she was very ugly. So the mirror was projecting a very strange image, the opposite of she was. And so after that, the doctor said that she was in severe depression. So what they did, they put her in psychiatric hospital. Then when you arrive in this psychiatric hospital, you think that they are here to help you, that you are in the hand of big professional people. But what they are doing to you, they are just giving you some drugs, that you are losing your mind, losing yourself, losing your identity, and just letting you down. And the result of that is that she suicide in the psychiatric hospital, which would never happen normally. So
I think
sometimes,
I tell you, sister, what would have happened in this specific case? She would have been against getting into her professional help. But despite that, she was taken for the professional help, and that has in fact added more to the depression. Like, because see, already I feel bad about myself for what I am, and now they have taken me to a hospital. What would people think about me? What happens to my sense of worth and self esteem? What happens to my image in the society? What would people think about me? This feeling, probably before taking her to the hospital, probably the consent of taking to hospital was not taken from her. She was just like that, take it, because the problem is very severe. I think the pain that she is in a place where she does not belong to, or which can hamper identity, has in fact caused her more and more depression. And I think that is the reason why, that she has taken such an extreme attempt. I, whenever we do certain aspects, I think the consent of an individual is very important. The consent of an individual, you can never force, because when you force a person to do certain things which they are not really ready right now, I mean, the outcome of this could be as extreme as this, as extreme as this is what happens. So I think it's important. It is important even to take the consent, because in a psychiatric hospital, the medication is given, the counseling is taken, but when a person is not really ready to take it up, there's no point. Nothing gets inside. The medication will probably put a person to sleep for some time. It will sedate a person for some time. It doesn't do anything beyond that. It doesn't do anything beyond. The moment a person wakes up from the sleep, the mind is again triggering back that I'm in a space which I don't belong to. So why should I suffer this? And I think that is what has led to major board, because as the example what I can understand, already she has a lack of identity, as far as already there is identity crisis as far as her physical appearance is concerned. Now putting her in a hospital with mental health issues, and wherein also adding up another label to her lost identity, that she does just not lost her physical self, but also her mental self, is much more painful. And I think there is a mistake definitely with the family or whosoever has put her in the hospital, and they have done it without her consent. I think that is where the whole crux of the problem has come into picture. I think this is my understanding of the case.
yeah, the psychiatric hospital, she wanted to go because she said, I need help. She is the one who decided to go. No
And then
one
this.
wanted to put her there.
Mm,
So she was talking with her doctor, and the doctor told her, "You need help." And she said, "Yes, I need help." So she went by herself, and
okay.
she asked the doctor to put her here.
Or
She thought
maybe
that
maybe
she will
second thing
find
could
help.
be, yeah, or else I also think that maybe her expectations on the whole thing, the timelines were so, because maybe she expected that things would turn out in a short time, because she's been undergoing the pain of, of not looking good for quite a long time. Maybe she thought probably if she goes to hospital things would start turning quick soon, and maybe the timelines, and if we get to know, like, how was she in the hospital, and how was she still trying to look at herself, either by using a mobile camera or by using something, maybe she was checking, and probably, you never know, because there could be multiple reasons why a person fails, because I think this is an area where the counseling and the therapy comes into picture, where the counseling and therapy comes into picture. Maybe her expected timeline, the realistic timeline of the process to heal was probably too short, and that the moment she saw she got admitted, and things were not really moving, as per the movie. I don't know. Could be multiple reasons, sister. Multiple
Yes,
reasons.
something happened to her. We never know because I'm telling you, she really had. She was blessed in everything. Really, really blessed in everything. A pure beauty. I told you she had a lot of money, a beautiful family. She was very healthy, young. Never in your, and when you look at her and you speak with her, for example, I met her 2 days ago, 2 days before she suicide.
Oh,
So
that's so sad.
never, she was. I went to visit her in this hospital, and she started to cry and told me, "I'm sorry to visit you here." And I said, "No problem, don't worry, you will be healed and you'll be fine," and all that. And I told her, "I will come back to visit you in 2 days." And when I arrived, she was dead. It was a very big shock for me. It was a very, very big shock. Then I started me to think, wow, what to do with that? Why I have to live this experience? What what will be the benefit for me after this experience, living this experience? And it was very hard for me during times. But at the end, I said, you cannot go against the willpower of someone. And you cannot also, you know, then when it's matter to death, you say, when it's your time, no matter what. And then this is the excuses, I will say the legitimate excuses that I found to answer to, to this big mystery. And that's life. But to avoid this kind of problem again, I wanted to understand, and I found some answers in spirituality. And also today you are also answering different question, and that it is important. So it is always starting by something very small, and this very small thought of desperation is like empowered, or you are feeding it unconsciously. You are feeding it, and this mental coming to you again and again and again and again, and
Absolutely.
and it is very difficult to fight that. But I believe that there is one method. I believe that when you start to link yourself and link yourself from within, start to break, because it's very, very difficult to stop these thoughts. So I noticed one thing by experience, by my own experience. So when you start to breathe deeply, consciously, you know, being aware of your breathing, you breathe and you focus on your breath. It is the only moment you stop thinking.
Absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
happened to me, and I believe that anyone who can experience it, anyone who is troubled by the, let's say, by the harassment of the mental, sending you these 60,000 useless thoughts, breaking you down the whole day. I believe that if someone wants to get out from the system, you have just to breathe deeply and focus on this breath. You will see it's a miracle. And like Dr. Kavitha said, by doing that, you are focusing on your present. You are
Absolutely.
no more in your past, lost in your past and dreaming of a future. You are on your present, and that is very important.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so thank you very, very much. I don't know
Thank you so
if
much.
anyone wants to add something or participation or question from one of you. This is the moment, and otherwise we have to to end this session. Okay, there's no question. So just want to inform all of you that next week we don't have a session with Dr. Kavita because she will be traveling. So we will postpone in 15 days.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
with us. Thank you for your
Thank you.
support and love. Thank you, Dr. Kavita. Always
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
We
Thank
love
you,
you very
sweetheart.
much.
Love you all.
And
Thank
bye,
you.
everyone. Have a wonderful